Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. In this video, I will explain about Spring Boot application integrated with H2 database. So let's get started. For theory points, I am using the notepad H2 database theory. First point is H2 database is an embedded and in-memory database. So first point is H2 database is an embedded and in-memory database. Second point is H2 is open source. H2 is open source and lightweight. Light, lightweight. It is cost cost effective solution for local development and testing testing environments. So second point is H2 database. H2 is open source and lightweight. It is cost-effective solution for local development and testing environments. Third point is often used in Spring Boot applications for development and testing environments. Fourth point is H2 H2 database. H2 database comes with a built-in verb-based conjure that allows you to interact with the database using SQL queries. SQL queries are commands. So these are the theory points about H2 database. If any interviewer will ask, explain this. H2 database is an embedded and in-memory database. H2 is a embedded. That means no physical installations and in-memory database. H2 is open source, lightweight. It is cost-effective solution for local development and testing environments, often used in Spring Boot applications for development and testing environments. H2 database comes with a built-in web-based console that allows you to interact with the database using H2 queries. Queries are commands. Fifth point is dependencies. So create one project and add dependencies. So file new Spring Starter project. So mention like H2 database. So you can mention like project one. Suppose you can mention like project one. So Maven, this is type means build type, either Maven or Gradle. I am using now Maven, Java version, packaging, language, group I'm mentioning form.fsd. So group name and package name must be same. So description also you can mention project name. Version you can change to 1.0 first version. Artifact this name must be same. Group this is group ID and package name must be same. Next, we need to add dependencies. So we have decided to use H2, right? So select H2. See H2. See provides a fast in-memory database that supports JDBC API and R2 DBMS, R2DBC access with a small 2 MB footprint. Supports embedded and server modules as well as a browser-based console application. So this one done, right? Second one, select the JPA. See what is saying. Persist data in SQL stores with Java persistent API using data and Hibernate. So this one we need to select. After that, Lombok, project Lombok. See what is saying. Java annotation library which helps to reduce boilerplate code. After that, another dependency we need to select verb, Spring verb. This one, see what is saying. Build verb including RESTful applications using Spring MVC uses Apache Tomcat as default embedded container. So next, finish. Once project successfully created, then we can add some comments on form.xml. So it is importing, getting started context. Wait some time comments. So this is the H2 database, right? Wait until this will download it. So, so some dependencies downloading from the internet while you are using Spring Boot application. Internet is must. See, it is downloading Java 17 Spring Boot version I am using. Let's go to 3.3.4. Yeah, H2 database. Yeah, the command like it is a H2 database. This is for the H2 database. So this for the JPA specification. JPA specification. This is JPA specification. So this is done right. This is the JPA specification. After that, this one. So this is the starter verb. Starter verb for add below. This one starter verb add below dependency for to get embedded Tomcat Apache Tomcat. Add below dependency for to get embedded Apache Tomcat. Right, this is done. Next, Lombok. Lombok used for the for setter, comma, getter, getter, and getter toasting etc. Lombok will provide the annotations. By using annotations, we can resolve the boilerplate code problem and we can generate setter, getter, toasting, etc. We can generate setter, getter, toasting, etc. Like all are constructor, no are constructor, like that. So I'm copying these dependencies. Post one JPA specification, data JPA. This is the starter verb. So for to get, I want like Apache Tomcat server for that. After that, for H2 database and for setters and getters, Lombok. This is for the testing. So Control C. Fifth point is dependencies. So remove this. Sixth point. After sixth point, develop. After fifth point, develop entity class like below. So I will develop and I will copy paste. Where added data JPA, right? Here data JPA. Then it will give data JPA annotation like entity at ID, like that at a table, etc. So I want to create one class. This class I want to move to entity package. Class name is actor. Actor finish. So take two fields like private integer actor ID. Suppose you can take like ID private string name. Private string name. If you are feeling like a small size, then I can increase Windows preferences, general appearances, colors and fonts, basics. Scroll down, text fonts, increase the size to 16. Yeah, now a little bit better, right? So this is a primary key. Every entity class must one primary key. So control space. So my ID is stuck in. Wait some time. So ID. See, Jakarta persistent. Specify the primary key of an entity. Like this is the primary key. Integer ID is a primary key. Remember. So every entity class annotated with entity. It will represent like a table. Let's specify that the class is an entity. This annotation is applied to the entity class. So if you want to change, this is the table name, right? If you want to change another name, then we need to add name attribute is there, optional, it is not mandatory. The entity name defaults to the unqualified name of the entity class. This name is used to refer to the entities in queries. Entity is nothing but table. You can consider it is a table, database table. So I am mentioning like actor, actor underscore title, actor underscore title. So we have the entity class, annotated entity, primary key is there. So we need to add setter getters, setter. These are the Lombok annotations. Lombok contains all the annotations, right? Getter, setter. I want to string as well. We can also use data, but data it will add another more methods. So I want these three methods only. I don't want the remaining anything. So that's why I'm adding these three. So we have entity is ready, right? So form this, copy this entity, paste here, 6 point, done, 7 point, add, add below, key value, key value, pair in, application dot properties file to provide a specific specific port to the specific port to the specific port to run Spring Boot application. Spring Boot application. So like add server dot port is equal to 9090. So I want to run this Spring Boot application on 9090. So I am adding. Go to resources, remove this, add control space server dot. It will give auto suggestions. If it is not giving, then you need to add manually. See here, default server HTTP port 8080. Default port is 8080 and 10 into 9090. Like if you are not added the starter where, then it will be after running, it will automatically stop. See, I will comment this. What will happen? First, we are not using any Spring Boot related, this verb message related classes methods, but still I need this dependency. I will tell why I need control X. So now I'm commented this dependency. I will run this application. Observe here, it will run and stop. So now there is no server. It will just run and stop. See, it is red color. It will stop. See, it is stop. It is not running. So I will enable and see. Control Z, Control S. Now I will run again this project. Run as Spring Boot application. Now it is running on Tomcat. See, this will never stop. This red color will not stop. See, Tomcat server, Tomcat web server. See, it is still a red color. Remember, we need starter, Spring Web starter. So next, next point. This is 7 point is completed, right? 8 point, 8.2C, JDBC, 8.2C. Before that, do one thing to enable H2 console, to enable H2 console, add below key value pair in application dot properties file. So that is string dot h2 dot console dot enable equal to true. By default it is false. Now we are enabling it to true. Let's say in console. So we got some URL, right? This is a URL something. First, before enabling, let's try to access it H2 console. So for that, I will add another point. Consider this is a 9 point. Suppose this is a 10 point. I will add 8 point. 8 point to access H2 database console on browser to access H2 database console on browser. To access H2 database console on browser, we need to enter http colon double slash. It is running on localhost colon port 9090 slash H2 hyphen console. This is the URL. So type, let's see, we are able to access our http colon double slash localhost colon 9090 H2 console. Enter. See, we are getting 404. Next point here, to enable H2 console, add below key value pair in application or properties file. If we are adding this, then only H2 console is enabled. So here we go to application or properties, post add a command, maximize, add a command here, post command, server, Apache, Tomcat, server, running on this port. Second one, so to enable H2 console, we need to add, right? To enable H2 database console. For that, we need to add here spring dot h2 dot console dot enable. Default is false, whether to enable the console. So I am saying to enable control S. I am stopping the server. I will rerun. Let's see what will happen. I am enabled. Observe in console. See H2 console available at slash H2 console. It is available. It is giving some URL as well. JDBC H2 something it is given. The URL also. Now I will replace it. See now H2 console is available, right? I will try to connect it. See not found. I am getting not found. That means see JDBC URL, JDBC colon H2 colon mem colon test DB, right? We need to add this one mem dot after that this. We need to add this one up to this. Or we can also call it both are same. This is also same. This is both are same. We need to copy either here or here. After that, remove this test, paste here. By default, username is SA. So test connect, test succeed, connect. Yes, now I'm able to connect to H2 database, right? The actor table. This is the actor table. So select it, run selected. But data is not there. How to insert some records in this actor table? Before I want to some query like this table is there, right? I want to see how this table is created. And I want to see that query to print. For that, add another 10 point. 7 point is completed, 8 completed, right? 9 completed, 10 point. Here I want to see JDBC queries to see JDBC queries in console. Add below key value pairs in application dot properties file. For that, we need to add two key value pairs. One is for printing, one is for pre-printing. Spring dot jpa dot show hyphen SQL true. It will show the SQLs. For the pre-printing, we need to add spring dot jpa dot properties dot hibernate dot format underscore SQL equal to true. So then go to application dot properties, add these two, post command. It will show SQL query and prints in pretty format. Pretty format. Like good looking kind of. It will print. It will show SQL query and prints in pretty format. So spring dot jpa dot show underscore query, whether to enable logging of SQL statement. So I am mentioning true. After that, spring dot jpa dot properties properties dot. After that, it will not give any suggestion. We need to add manually. Hibernate dot format underscore SQL equal to true. Verify spring.jpa.properties.hibernate dot format underscore SQL equal to true. First, I will comment. I will show how queries are generated. After that, I will uncomment it. Right click, run as Spring Boot application. See, it will generate the SQL query for actor table. See, it is first, it is verifying. It is table already exists or not. So it is existed. So it is drop. After that, it is created, right? So by using spring.jpa.show SQL, it will showing the SQL query. Then it will print the pretty printing. Let's I am stopping. I will rerun. Let's see. Right click, run as Spring Boot app. See now it is printing clearly like this is the one column, this is the one column, this is the one column, pretty printing. Like we can able to understand more clearly, right? So this point was done. 11th point, 11th point is note point here. So if you are using H2, if you are using H2 embedded database in your Spring Boot application, then every time, every restart, like if after some changes, I am restarting, right? Stopping and restarting. If you are added dev tool, then it will auto restart after you are saving the files. If you are using H2 database, if you are using H2 embedded database in your Spring Boot application, then every restart of application, JDBC URL, changes, it is available in Spring Boot application console. Start with JDBC colon H2 colon MEM colon. Understand, this is most important note point. If you are using H2 embedded database in your Spring Boot application, then every restart of application JDBC URL changes. It is available in Spring Boot application console. Starts with JDBC colon H2 colon MEM. See, suppose I restart, right? I restarted. So I'm refreshing this. See, these are the values are there, right? I am text connection. It is saying not found. That means we are connected previously. That time success, but now it is saying not found. That means every restart this JDBC colon HTTP colon MEM. After that, some token kind of value is there, right? Suppose this is like a token, it will be changes. See, it will be new token kind of. No, it is a new token. See, you can select from here or here JDBC colon H2 colon MEM. Select up to this. Don't select user SA like that. Username is SA. Don't select that one. So see, it is username. You can either pass a capital letter or small letter. Both will work like that. See, now it is there. Last 6 is there. Check in conjunct. It is there. 7C. Like every time this will be changed. This will be changed. Test connection success connect. So select this query, SQL query, run selected. So it is executed select star from actor underscore table. Now there is no tables, right? There is no rows. We can add like this, like ID, like 101, name suppose. I'm giving my name. Like this, we can add manually. Or if you want to add through the Java code, I will show how to add. First, suppose I am restarting again. I'm stopping this and I'm restarting. So I am restarting this Spring Boot and H2 database integration application. Then again, here new this assume this is like a token. New token will be created. Like right. So I will need to add again. I will need if I will refresh, it will home page. It will come to home page. If I will test, I'm getting not found. Instead of every time we are changing, we can add one static JDBC URL. For that 12 point. So it is every time changing, right? Instead instead of instead of changing URL, this URL changing, right? One party changing. Instead of changing JDBC URL every time, every restart, instead of changing URL every time, every restart time, every restart time, we can we can configure static URL. We can configure static URL. For that we need to add one key value pair in application dot properties file. Application dot properties file. I will show what is that. String dot data source dot string dot data source dot URL equal to JDBC colon H2 colon MEM colon some name, like I am giving test DB. By this way, we can change, like instead of changing URL, instead of changing JDBC URL every time, every restart time, we can configure static URL. For that, we need to add one key value pair in application.properties file. That is string dot data source dot URL, JDBC URL of the database. Here, what is expecting JDBC URL, right? So see, starts with JDBC colon HTTP colon MEM. Copy this up to this only changing, remaining like this one fixed. After that changing, right? I am adding now test DB. Now it is static one. Stop the server. Add one command. So add one command here to change base URL. To change base JDBC URL. To change JDBC URL. To change base JDBC URL. So right click to change to add static JDBC URL. To add static JDBC URL for this spring dot data source dot URL, right click run as Spring Boot application. Let's see this time it is JDBC URL generating or not. Let's check. See this time it is generating, but it is static one. It is static one. I am again stopping. I will restart. Let's see. It is again giving same or not. Run as Spring Boot application. So let's verify it is again giving same URL or not. See it is giving same test. So this time just change the test db check test db connect success connect. So I am restarting again. Let's see what will happen. After restarting, again I will rerun. Right click run as Spring Boot application. Now again I am restarting. So this time also not changed. Test one is there, test DB. I will refresh this. It will ask again re-login or not. It is asking re-login. Let's check. But without changing anything, JDBC error, it is I am able to connect. This is done right. Next point. So like if you want to change username, this is a like username is a essay, right? If you want to add username and password, for that we need to add two key value pairs. Now 13 point if we want if we want to use our choice username and password add to value pairs in application dot properties file. So spring dot data source dot spring dot data source dot username suppose I am giving Shankar my name. After that spring dot data source dot password I'm giving password also my name. So like if you want to use your choice username and password, add two key value pairs, then add two key value pairs in application.properties file. So go to application.properties file. Here our choice username and password, our choice username and password, spring dot data source dot username. Select this one, control C, spring dot data source dot password. Username is suppose I'm mentioning Shankar as capital. Shankar. So I will restart. Right click run as Spring Boot app. So wait some time. It will be up and running. This Spring Boot application up and running. See post verify. Username is changed on. See username is changed now. All are capital letters. We are mentioning application.properties. Post letter is capital, but it is showing all are capital. See it is showing all are capital. Maybe they are using dot uppercase something. So let's post refresh. It will go to login page. Let's try to connect. See wrong username or password. So it is failing. It is saying wrong. So yeah, I'm provided username as connect. Same. Control C. Again pass the password. So test connection. Enter the name. Password enter. Test connection. So enter the password in capital. Or enter the username in capital. Password also capital. Let's check. So it is failed to connect. So do one thing. again hit. So let's try first. This saying wrong username and password. Now enter the right one, username and password. So it is not connecting. String dot data source dot username. See, I am entering double equal to, so that's why I think so. Now these are the username and password are now correct. I enter double equal to, so that's why it is not able to connect. Save. Let's see now. So now Spring Boot application is up and running. Username is Shankar. It is showing in capital letter. We can enter either capital or small. Suppose I am entering small letters. Username also I am entering small letter, test connection. So enter the username, test connection, Shankar, test connection, SANKAR. So check once in console. If there are any other mistakes, Spring dot data source dot password, Shankar. So let's enter same, S capital SANKAR. Password also enter same, SANKAR. Connect, test successful. Do one thing. Now enter username, all are small. Enter the password same, SANKAR, S capital ANKAR. Test connection. That means username is case sensitive. Remember, password is not case sensitive. Username is case sensitive. So enter the username, enter the password and connect. Now see, I am able to connect with the H2 console. Now next point. As of now, just we are seeing the table. We can manually, if you want, we can, if I want, I can manually enter the queries, right? Like records, edit and I can enter, but I want dynamically. Through Spring Boot, I want to add few records. For that, I will show what to add. Node point, add data dot SQL, any name fine, dot SQL. After that, dot SQL, file, you just add dot SQL dot file, file under resources folder to insert rows into H2 database tables. See, if you want to add rows in H2 database table, then we need to add data.sql file or any file, any name.sql file under resources folder, right? So I will add, this is the resources SRC main resources, right? So I'm adding on file, suppose data.sql. One file is there. I want to edit this file. Then right click. So by default, MySQL is open. Close this one. Right click, open with text editor. After that, insert into, check the spelling, otherwise it will be fail. Insert into, so insert into table name, actor underscore table, insert into table name, column names. You can use like this. Insert into like values, you can start away use. If more columns are there, then you can mention like insert into table name, column names. After that, one space, values. You can mention like 1001, comma, name, single quote, name in single quote. Close this one. Insert into table name, columns. After that, space, values. This is done. Save. Now stop the application and run. Let's see what will happen. So let's wait some time. This Spring Boot application will up and running, but we got the error. See, script statement failed exception. This is actor table not found. Like fail to execute SQL statement. I will tell why this error occur. Another node point. So you can post copy paste this query, SQL query, copy paste here. 14 point, 14 point is done, right? 15 point. So for that, so getting error, right? We are getting error. We are getting error while while running while running Springboard application after adding data.sql file under resources section, right? So error name script statement failed script statement failed exception reason for error and solution. We need to know why this error occur and what is the solution for that. Getting error while running Springboard application after adding data.sql file under resources section. Error name, script statement, failed exception, reason for error, and solution. So data.sql is getting executed before our tables created in H2. Remember this point. Data.sql is getting executed before our tables created in H2. Then before creating tables, this query insert query executed. This will not possible, right? Without existing table. How we can insert records? It will not possible. So database, H2 database, and we want to delay that by adding one key value pair in application dot properties file. So here data.sql is getting executed before our tables created in H2 database, and we want to delay that by adding one key value pair in application dot properties file. What we are delaying, like don't insert tables before insert after creating the tables. We are saying like don't insert any records. Don't invoke this insert query before created. Be like we are saying invoke the insert query after creating the tables. That's it. So for that key value pair is spring dot jpa dot spring dot jpa dot spring dot jpa dot defer hyphen database data source hyphen initialization equal to true. Initialization equal to true. So add the key value pair. So here spring dot jpa dot spring dot jpa dot defer hyphen data source hyphen initialization. See whether to defer data source initialization until after any entity manager beans has been created. Like after creating database tables, we are saying after creating database tables, please invoke this. I'm mentioning true. Here command you can copy paste is getting executed before our tables created in H2. That if you want to delay that by adding one key value pair in application dot, you can add after this. Maximize. So database. So now run the Spring Boot application and let's verify. This time we will get error, same error or not. So go to start call, right click, run as Spring Boot application or Java application or Spring Boot application. Wait some time, the Spring Boot application will be up and running. Let's see what will happen. See, it is the table dropped. So table dropped. After that, table created. Again, we are getting same error. So actor table not found. So we are getting same error again. Let's check if there any spelling or mistakes. First, go to the table. So actor table. It is not a title. It is not a. So suppose actor title is there. I'm changing to table. Control S, and I will comment post this property. Control S. I will rerun. So I am changed table name to actor table. Let's see what will happen. Right click, run as Spring Boot application. Wait sometime this Spring Boot application will up and running. See, now we are getting the error. Save script statement, fail exception. So if you are getting this error, then add this key value pair. So I am enabling this controller spring dot jpa dot defer hyphen data source hyphen initialization equal to true. I am now running again this Spring Boot application. So wait some time. This Spring Boot application will up and running. Once up and running, let's verify database tables. Record inserted or not. This time we are not. This time this no failures. So see table drop, table created. Let's reconnect with table. This conjure H2 conjure. Password is same as capital. Password is case sensitive. Test success connect. So select run. See one record inserted, right? If you want to insert other record, do one thing. So again right click, open with text editor, same copy paste 2002. I'm mentioning name like Raja, and I want to change this name. It will be like standard name or any name is fine. I want to verify. I want to verify like I am giving name D. Suppose I am giving FA. Let's check it will be fair or not. It is like fixed name or it will be our choice name. I want to test. Run a Spring Boot app. So this time we are inserting the two records in actor table. So table dropped. So we need to stop before running. So I can run a Spring Boot application. Let's see now this time what will happen. We will get any error or not. So now this time file name I am changed. I am not getting any error. So just refresh it. Continue. Enter the password. Directly connect. S capital. Connect. Okay. Select. Execute. Here this time no records inserted. No records inserted. Stop the server. Right click. Refactor. Rename. So data. Okay. After rerun. So I am checking again like that name is fixed name or not. So I will refreshing the console H2 console. I will relog in. Connect. Okay. Select run execute. See two records. That means node point fixed name. That means data.sql here data is fixed name. Otherwise fixed name. If we add any other name, then records queries will not insert into H2 database will not insert into H2 database. The data.sql here data file name is fixed is fixed is fixed. If we add any other name, then queries will not insert into H2 database. Right? Final point. Observe in application.properties file, like where server port number added, console H2 console were enabled. After that, JPA properties added. These are the JPA properties. JPA properties added to see the queries. It will showing only drop query and it will showing only like startup queries like drop, create, etc. To add static JDBC URL, we are added this property. For username and password changing, we are added this one. Like after adding data.sql file, we are getting one error. Like data.sql is invoking at the time of before tables are created. So we are getting the script statement failed exception. For to resolve that, we are adding this. It is saying like don't invoke, don't call data.sql file before creating the tables. We are saying like call this data.sql file after creating the tables. So another point. So note point in H2 database Spring Boot auto configuration will directly look into entities and creates tables without this key hyphen value pair in application dot properties file. What is that? Here spring dot jpa dot hibernate dot ddr hyphen auto, like we will mention like update, create, like that, right? This is not required in H2 database. This is not required. Like note point in H2 database Spring Boot auto configuration will directly look into entities and creates tables without this key value pair in application.properties file, like spring.jpa.hibernate.ddr auto. Thank you for watching the video, and for more videos, please subscribe to this YouTube channel.